Ooh, I'm getting good at this. Woohoo! Oh wait, what is that? Why does it look like that? I don't look like that. I don't like it like that. Nope, don't want to look like that. How about this one? There we are. Oh, where did my thingy go? There we are. I'm getting there. Nope, there we are. Okay. Whew. Keep touching buttons. There we are. Button level achieved. I have hit it. I have got it. I am done. I am figuring it out. Well, I would say good morning, but tis no longer morning. And Buford has decided this is his time to drink as loud as he possibly can. I'm wonderful Shannon 91. How are you? My phone will probably start going off. Why? Because it loves me. It loves me. I don't know that my phone is capable of loving me, but it feels like it does because every time I put it down, it goes off. Oh God, it sounded so bad. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy, thank you. Okay, how is everybody this afternoon? Keep me on point, you guys. Keep me on point. You know what? Who else? Did you set the phone down and all of a sudden it just goes off and off and off and off and off? And I'm like, oh, for fudge's sake. I got in trouble for saying a word the other day. So I'm not trying to cuss on here or I'm not trying to talk about any kind of anything. Good Lord. TikTok slapped my hand. Ooh, I can get away with a whole lot more on Facebook than I can on TikTok. I thought TikTok was like free range in it. I guess not. I guess not. Thank you, Monica. You know, it may not be crammed with one reading after another, but I enjoy what I do and I refuse to cater and just do one reading after another. I think we get more out of being community and sharing messages and sharing information and having a laugh, raising our vibration. You know, people can come in and ask question after question after question after question. And probably they've already been to 20 other intuitives and asked the same question, right? And there comes a point where you just, as an intuitive, have to go, screw it. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it my own way. And this is my way. And I like to laugh and I like to drink coffee. My feet are a little cold today. It's kind of rainy out. I just found out my mares won't breed. And it's just one of those days that I'm like, whatever. Every once in a while I bitch about my hormones, which is fine because I guess the lady that's trying to breed my horses, their hormones are out of whack too. So it's everybody. Everybody's out of whack. It's okay. Anyhow, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you can walk through the room and that everybody finds a reason to smile today or a reason to laugh today or something that just makes you sit back and go, you know what? I'm perfect just the way I am. That's what really, really is kind of important, to feel perfect just the way you are, right? And there are days, man, there have been days, and I if you're new guys, I start talking a little bit to start with, but there have been days throughout my life I know I haven't felt like I was marching to the right drum. And I still have days like that. We're not supposed to be perfect. We're supposed to be perfectly imperfect. And that is just the way it is, right? Your way or the highway. Yeah. Screw it. I don't have to do it. So if you are here and you're going to stick around for a little bit and you're on TikTok or you're on one of the other platforms that I'm on, because I have a collective feed, give a shout out. Be part of a community, not just a breeze through. Be part of a community, because see what I mean? It just keeps going. Let's put it on a little bit of a thing here. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so make sure you Oh, share your live and invite more friends. I don't know how to do that on TikTok. So the TikTok comment thing is like, share your live, invite more friends. I don't know how to do that. I'm lucky that I have a chat box. Honest to God. Caught it at the beginning. Look at my guides. Look at my guides. Look at my guides. Caught it at the beginning. Look at my guides. I know you're just beside yourself with giggles this month, Donna. Graduations always do that, right? So everybody, take a nice deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Let it out. Never know what's going to happen here. It might, pull a funny bone or something. Hello. Okay, here we go. So I know that I have had moments where I sat back and go, what the hell am I doing with my life? And I can look back at those moments now and go, okay, those were decision moments. Those were moments where I was trying to figure out which way was up. Oh, I've never heard of these. Okay, 600 Plant Life. I'm sorry, they're on YouTube. They're on YouTube. I'm going to read these because I've never heard of some of these, right? I'm going to write them down too. Legalize Dreamfish Colorado River Toad. Are we licking toads? I don't think I can get into the licking of the toads. The cane toad, I'm not going to lick the toad. Yopo Vilca Iboga, never heard of this next one. Zyra Lion, something. Coca, peyote, San Pedro, kratom, ayahuasca vines, cannabis, hemp, magic mushrooms, salvia, all holy medicines. 600 Plant Life, I can't disagree. There are, it's just, I believe everybody should be allowed to do what they're allowed to do, right? My birds are getting old. I think they might be getting tired. Your birds. Oh, you caught my live. Oh yeah, I got you. You caught it at the beginning, Donna. How are you? So we hit those, and sometimes when we hit that moment where we go, I'm on this crossroad. Where the hell am I supposed to go? And if you follow your gut, you're always going to go the right way. You're always going to go the right way, because that's what those intuitions are for, right? Those intuitions, your intuition. You looks like a reel. You like the way this is set up? I have no idea. I just followed their suggestions. I had to change my to be able to go to TikTok. I had to change my doohickey, my streaming platform. So if you're in the room, give a whoop whoop. Let me know you're here. Honestly, you guys, I know there's a bunch of people on TikTok, and it is difficult for me to know that you're there if you don't comment. So there we go, right? And by the way, I don't mind a troll here and there, because every time they comment, more people see us, right? So they're raising us in the ranks. So that's a thing too. Okay, here we go. Are you reading my right brain right now? That's me at the crossroads. I can feel my intuition because my brain is taking over. That can be difficult, right, Shannon? It can be difficult to follow our gut when we are so into the details of things, like how, why, when, where do I get the money, all the things, right? So take some time for yourself. Make sure you're sitting back and giving yourself, I'm not going to tell you to go meditate for an hour. I'm not going to do that. Hey, Donna, could you do me a favor? Ooh, that made my head spin. Donna, I also have a sinus infection, so that's not necessarily spiritual, you guys. Could you share out to like a couple of like psychics and starseeds, or the private group, or could you share to one of the pages that's like our groups or our peoples? Can you share to our peoples? Because I can't seem to do that from here. That's why I need a moderator, I guess. I appreciate you, Donna, every day in every way. Laura, how are you? Lori. Okay, but yeah, when we get so far into our left side, it's difficult to feel that how do I work with this? How do I work with my gut? But if you'll just take 2 minutes and close your eyes and concentrate on your breathing, drop the other things from your mind. And I'm not saying it's going to be a perfect drop, right? Like you're not just going to drop everything and be like, okay, I'm just so right here. This takes a little bit of practice, but it's there. It's there. Our peace is inside of us. We just have to find it. We just have to find it. And that is that if that's a matter of just paying attention to your breathing, give yourself a mental timeout. You like my hair. You just never know. Like one day it's gonna be horrible, and the next it's just like thanks. Hey, there's Mr. Fry. Everybody get a hello to Mr. Fry. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's go through those whoop whoops. Let's go with Lori. Lori Radke, how are you? Lori Radke, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Um, Lori, you know what, guys? I have no idea. Let's do that. I don't need that in my life. Okay, there we go. It was a very quiet troll hunting moment right there. Just because I don't care about somebody's car. Okay, there we go. I've been trying to move past some things. So actually, I want to say you're one step further. You're one step beyond some critical decisions. You're one step beyond some critical decisions. Let me get some more clarity on that because I'm like, what? But they want me to come at you with love. They want me to be gentle with you because I grabbed the tarot deck. They're like, no, don't do that. Give her a little fluffing. She needs a little fluffing. Okay, here we go. And I don't know why I hear this in the background, but sometimes songs from our history, from our memory, come in and they reflect in what we have right now, right? But I hear like Elvis Presley's "Love Me Tender." Now, Elvis Presley did not write this song. In fact, Elvis Presley didn't write. Most of his songs were original. They were remakes, not the Tarot. She's like, no, not the Tarot. They were redos from others from his past, by the way. Love Elvis Presley. Love Elvis Presley. I'm on the fence about him right now. Okay. So Lori, let's see. Okay. They're right. They're like, you're still on the fence with some things and some people emotionally, thought processes, right? So how do I keep the bugs away from our horses? That's a good question. So I'll come back to that. There's some things you still need to make peace with, Lori. I do. I love when they come through music as well, and I'm a huge Elvis Presley fan. So I find his music, his voice, to be a tone that I find very, very relaxing. So, and how do we get past moving? Like you say, you're having problems moving past things. How do we do that? How do we do that? We start to think about our own sacred space, our own energy. We worry about our own energy. Normally, I'd be like, hey, what are you doing in your energy, right? But they're like, this is yours. You cannot allow everybody in your space. It's just not, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. You guys know that I'm just taking care of something. Just randomness. So weird. Oh, I hope I did not just block. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay. A lot of ambivalence. It's time to start working on your personal energy. Start working on what you're feeling and processing what you're feeling, because we're talking about your own personal awareness, right? So with this card, I'm going to tell you that I'm actually going to ask you, because I know she wrote over here, struggling with my son's death still, a lot of ambivalence. Are you paying attention to his little signs that he's around? Right? When someone passes away, they have a good week to 2 weeks to stick around and give us um, little validations. But it's been longer than that for you. So just know that he's come back again. And I hate to put it this way. And you know me, Lori, you've watched me long enough that I don't do this, right? I'm not trying to pull on your heartstrings or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I'm told. Pay attention to the subtleties. Pay attention to the little things and the little moments where you go, oh, that reminds me of so-and-so. Pay attention to that, because that's so-and-so saying, here I am. I love you. Let me help lift you up. Just because I'm not here, right now, doesn't mean I'm not in your energetic field, helping support you and bring you love. And I cannot put myself in your position. I cannot put myself in your position, and my heart goes out to you incredibly. But just know that you're never alone, and this is just a moment. And this is just a moment that'll pass, because what happens? We always have change come in. He loved his music. The best I can do, because I have no mediumship for you right now. I'm not going to blow smoke over your butt and tell you I do. Is send you my love and say, all you need is to take that step, and those steps that are going to make you more aware, allow you to see the little validations that he's giving you, and turn inward a little bit and give yourself some love. There's validations all around. That's the message. There's validations all around. Sassy Mama, oh my gosh, you're on. Do you have a live schedule? Oh God. Pinning a schedule for me is like putting tacking Jello to the wall. I mean, I play drums, guitar, ukulele. I have a ukulele. I don't know how to play it. I have beautiful, beautiful ukulele from Hawaii. I was made by an artisan right there in Hawaii, and we bought it. And we're like, we'll learn how to play the ukulele, because whatever. And no, I don't have a clue how to play it. Anyhow, yeah, I don't have Sassy Mama. I am going to try and start putting it out. What you're on? Yeah, look at me. I'm on TikTok. If you're on Facebook and you find us under My Mystical Life or The Mystical Moons, I will try to be putting out schedules that this day I'm going to be going on and this day I'm going to go on. But it doesn't put it to TikTok. I don't know why. I hope that helps, Lori. Okay, moving on. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? You know, I'm missing Lori Kading. I think her and I need to do a live together, or Ellie. I need to. Oh, how do we keep the bugs off our horses? I know that we use a spray. We use a spray, and I can't remember which one it is. But I have in the past used the Spot. I like the Spot. Yeah. Sassy Mama, you're fine. You're whatever. But that's just where the schedule will be. I'm really, really horrible at keeping a schedule when I do this. But we have some things coming up, by the way, you guys. We do have a mediumship evening coming up that you can. Do I have tickets to that, Emily? Yeah, I do. You can buy tickets to the mediumship evening. You don't get to take in on the tea, but you do get to be in on the mediumship. And that is going to be next month on the 14th. And then on the 21st, we have an online and in-store Reiki level 1. So if anybody's looking to learn Reiki, Sam will be doing the online stuff, and he'll be monitoring the online, and I'll be doing the in-person, and we'll be all talking together. So you can actually find that at My Mystical Life or The Mystical Moons. And we've had a lot of requests for that. And finally, I have it set up. That's the 21st, I think, of June. So we have a couple things going on, and those two things are right on the front page. So you can go to either the Mystical Moons or My Mystical Life, and they'll be right on the front page, as well as meet us in Sedona, right? Okay, let's see. Let's go with tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow. Let's go with. Hi, Ashley Marie. Kathy. Second. Oh. Billy Ann. Good morning, afternoon. Just because I have coffee doesn't mean it's morning, but I'm yeah. So we do we tried to do this, but I have been very anyways. So we're doing it both online and in store. Kathy, are you here? Tomorrow. Laura Burris, good afternoon. Okay, you're here. All right, let me move this. I feel like I need to move this. Whew. After this, I think I'm going to go play in the. Wait, after this, I think I'm going to go play in the laser. Kind of excited. Okay, I am wonderful. How are you, Ashley? Okay, here we go. So I have a sad story. I have a duck that went missing, and it was partially blind, and he had a seeing eye duck. I shit you not. So it was a little rowan female duck, and it had a Donald duck, what do they call it? Peking duck that was its seeing eye duck, and the seeing eye duck came back without the rowan. I don't know where she is, and I went for a walk and I looked for her, and I didn't hear her anywhere. So I'm going to talk to the neighbor and see if they've seen her. But I think, and he's sitting all pouty in the yard. It's really sad. It really is. Hi, Iron Fireworks. Okay, Kathy. Weird. She's like, wait, what do you mean weird? Don't you just go pulling cards and call it weird? What's in the background? This is my buffalo. This is my buffalo skin on top of my saddle. And then, you guys, who knows what a Lemurian seed crystal is? That's mine. I'm an overachiever. Yeah, poor duck. I feel so bad for him. I'm like, dude, there's a pond full of other ducks. You should go over there. And he's like, no, looking for my duck. Looking for my duck. A Lemurian. Yeah, I can show it better. Let me read for Kathy first, and I'll bring my seed crystal over and I'll tell you what it is. Okay, I will do that absolutely because it's totally amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Billy Ann. Oh, that is horrible. That is horrible. Okay, sorry. Kathy, I think that you are coming out of something. They're like, hey, letting go of the emotional ties to other people's shit. We don't need to revolve in other people's garbage, right? We have enough of our own garbage. We don't need to revolve in other people's stuff. And like letting go of all the stuff that's going to bring you out of the shadows and help you feel more seen. I don't know if that is the correct word, I guess, because they're like, here you are, more seen out with amongst people. Like people see what you're going through, or people see what you're struggling with. Whereas before it was as if nobody really gave two craps. I hope that makes sense. But they're like letting go of the struggle of that, like letting go of the dilemma of I want to be out here and everybody see me, and because they're finally seeing you, brings about a tower moment. Now, the tower card, the tower card looks awful, right? It looks horrible. But really what the tower card is saying is it says, does not matter who it is, everybody has the susceptibility of the fall. There is no discrimination here. It can be people that feel holier than thou, or it can be Joe Schmo, right? So just know that this tower moment here is all about not worrying about what other people think of you, or your situation, or who you are, or where you are in life. Let that crap go, because it does not serve you. It makes you turn inward instead of letting you go outward. So you should be moving outward at this point and moving forward and creating. You see that beautiful yellow there, you guys? You see that gorgeous yellow? This person is just about to take off. They're just about to start moving, and they have that globe in their hand, and they're like, look at everything that's before me. That's what that card means. That's how you read the cards. You're going from that to that, just on who you believe or what you believe in life. Don't let things get you down that are without your control. And by the way, things that are out of your control is other people's thoughts. So just turn inward, think about what you want to let go of, who you need to let go of, and the preconceived notions that you have from that. And just start moving forward from there. And you'll find that you have all the things you need. And you don't, and I just feel like you're going to be letting go of somebody. I feel like you're going to be letting go of something. They're like, yeah, that person's not serving you. That person's not doing everything that they signed up for, basically. Or you, by the way, thought they signed up for. That's important. That's important. Hugs from spirit. Hi, Lottie. I hope that's helpful. Okay, moving on. Moving on. And if it doesn't make sense now, that's okay. I don't hold myself to that. But it will. It will. Okay, seed crystal. Ooh, it's heavy. So, who's up for a lesson about Lemuria? Maybe not a whole lesson. Not a whole lesson, but enough to understand. So, I hope that's helpful. Thank you, Mulan. All right, so this is the seed crystal. And we purchased this its name is the Dolphin. And we purchased this in Oahu when we lived in Hawaii. And it is just a really, really beautiful Diamonita crystal. It's called the Dolphin because it has the dolphin on its back here. And also it was taken out into the ocean off of the North Shore. No, it was taken not off the North Shore. I'm sorry. It was in Wainea, and it went out into the water and was swimming. They took it out with the dolphins. So it has been out there with the dolphin energy, swimming with the dolphins in the ocean. Now, why is that important off of the coast of Oahu? Oahu, Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands and the Triangle of Fire, right, is actually where ancient Lemuria was. Are we boring anybody away yet? Anybody bored yet? Okay, so that Triangle of Fire is where ancient Lemuria was located. Now, here's what's interesting. The fall of Lemuria and Atlantis, by the way, were not actual floods. The fall of them was the disintegration of knowledge and the uncoupling from the collective knowledge, right? So ancient Lemuria, which is like right there at the beginning of the fall, was really completing at the beginning of the Egyptian Empire, okay, the Egyptian dynasties. And they actually did trading with them. Does it have healing properties? Marisol, incredible healing properties. Diamonitas, this is the Diamonita, but Lemurian seed crystals are mainly, though, for imparting knowledge. So and it's so hard to get it to show, but you see these barcodes here, these ridges. what you do when you meditate is you're supposed to rub. So if I was to be meditating and I was holding this, I would probably hold it like this and I would be rubbing on those barcodes. And what happens is that you get downloads when it comes to the crystal. And not every crystal works for every person, right? It is about the energy that goes with it and you selecting your crystal. So this one is, I didn't even hesitate, unfortunately. It was not a cheap crystal, obviously, but I did not hesitate when this one was mine. And so it came home with me. Now, ancient Lemuria actually was a combining of two extraterrestrial races. Are we done yet? Am I boring anybody? Uh, it is a combination of two extraterrestrial races. It was Pleiadians and Arcturians. Now, the Arcturians are the more scientific ones, that are the ones that worked with the machinery and the electronics and things like that. And the Pleiadians were the ones that imparted love. They were the fields. They were all in the fields, right? So these two races worked really, really well together to create a society. And what happened was, yeah, you feel drawn to it. Actually feels like it picks you. Absolutely, Marisol. It's amazing, right? So as these two extraterrestrial races tried to work on our planet and be in communication with the indigenous population on the planet, what happened was they were trying to keep the connection of the collective knowledge, but they had to, and I hate to put it this way, but they had to dumb themselves down to be able to work with the indigenous populations. So as thousands of years went on, they were slowly, systematically, and they knew about this, losing their connection to the extraterrestrial element, the collective knowledge. That's the downfall. That's the downfall. It wasn't a huge flood swept everybody away. It was the loss of knowledge and the proper use of it. So they knew this was happening. So what they did was they would take and plant seed crystals across the planet. And the seed crystals have these really dynamic barcodes on them. And you use these for meditation. And it really is quite amazing. I don't know if you can see you can't on this, on here, but this is full of rainbows. You can see one like up here. You can see one, but this whole crystal is full of rainbows. It's really beautiful. Now, what I will say about Lemurian seed crystals is they're a feeling, right? They're a feeling. And if you experience one that calls to you, great. Are they cheap? No. There's the difference in growth pattern, though, is really, really important if you're going to pick a crystal, especially when it comes to one of these, because you'll have a bunch of short crystals and then you'll have a tall crystal, right? And that is why they're called seed crystals, because they're an individual crystal. It's not a bunch of these, right? It is a mat of them and then an individual. Now, not necessarily always this big. And if you're going to purchase them, you have to really trust the people you're purchasing them from. They come with an energy. They come with a vibration. And let me tell you, the one thing that I found, there's so many counterfeits out there. There's so many people trying to sell something that isn't what it is. And we're really, really picky about that. Now, this crystal, this is not for sale. This one's not for sale, right? This is mine. There's no such thing, because of the way this grows, right? We're looking for the barcodes. There's no such thing as a calcite seed crystal, calcite Lemurian seed crystal. It's about the barcodes, not about what somebody calls it. It's about the barcodes and the growth pattern. And calcite does not grow like this. And there's a bunch of people out there selling calcite Lemurian seed crystals. And I'm like, it just go informed, you guys. If you're going to buy a specific crystal for a certain thing, please do your research. Please do your research. And I know there's going to be people on here that's like, research or crystals, whatever. But it's important because they are something that resonates with us. It's hard to find genuine clear quartz as well. Absolutely. What a lovely day. Mr. Fry's really good at finding it though. He really is. We have some beautiful crystals. By the way, we have a sale and clearance on the 23rd at 4 o'clock. And you find that online on our Facebook pages. Calcite is so brittle. Calcite is also very waxy feeling. There's no barcodes on that. There's no barcodes on that. It grows totally different. So there's a lot of counterfeit out there. So just be mindful if you go to purchase a piece like something like this. I love citrine as well, Shannon. Citrine is a sunshine stone, right? It is a wonderfully uplifting stone. And did you know that citrine actually can grow? Well, citrine is actually amethyst. So it can grow a couple different ways. It can grow in towers, but it can also grow in mats. But most of the really bright orangey yellow citrine you find is cooked. Have I lost people? Like, what the hell are we doing? It's cooked because amethyst, when cooked at a high enough temperature, will turn that orangey color. But a really beautiful smoky citrine is almost going to look like smoky quartz. Yes, it does make it hard to shop online. I agree. It makes it hard. Sam's really, really picky. If you walked into our store, and we have people ask this all the time because it is, you find a lot of counterfeit stuff, but we have a 40-foot wall of 5 shelves deep of nothing but crystals. It's pretty big. We have a big collection. We have a really big collection. So, but I think some of the most, what's your guys' favorite crystal? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite crystal? One of my favorites that we have on the shelf right now is pearls of fire, agnamanitite, and it's just not as popular as moldavite yet. We have moldavite too, but it's not as popular as moldavite yet. But it is actually higher vibrating than moldavite. Yes, Samantha, you guys need to come to the store. It is crazy how much stuff we have in the store. I have seen purple amethyst turn orange by sitting in a window for a long time. Absolutely, Iron Fire Horse. You have to be careful with your crystals in the sun, especially things like fluorites and amethyst and stuff like that. I love clear quartz crystals and moldavite. Is that a crystal? Agnamanitite. Kunzite. I love kunzite. Agnamanitite is a pseudo labradorite, right? The universal stone. Is a pseudo meteorite, just like moldavite. Moldavite is a pseudo meteorite as well. Moldavite is overrated. I will agree, if moldavite does not connect with your energy, it can be overrated. For some people, like the first time I had it sitting next to my bed, blew my mind and scared the crap out of me. But anyways, and I took better care with it after that. But I had just started on my spiritual journey and I didn't know shit. So anyhow. But so anyways, back to agnamanitite. Agnamanitite is a pseudometeorite that hit off the coast of Java whenever. And when it went into the water and it crashed into the ocean floor, it created roundish balls of meteorite material, like that's very much like moldavite. But the aspect of coming in through the water and creating fire, that fire going through the water, landing on the earth, coming through the air, you now have all of this energy balled up into these little tiny little balls like this. And it's a really cool pseudometeorite. I like that. I like malachite. Wonderful. Malachite is a wonderful healer. We have quite a bit of malachite in the shop, and it's just really beautiful stromatolite type of, not stromatolite, orbicular matte material that solidifies. Yeah, 3 hours away, that ain't bad. You love rhodonite, gorgeous stuff, right? Looks like mossy oak. Fluorite. What I like about fluorite works with all the colors, right? Rainbow fluorite has all the colors in it. I'm particularly fond of yellow fluorite. I don't know why, it's not very pretty, but I'm very, very fond of yellow fluorite. And if Sam sees a unique piece, he'll purchase it for me. You got that. Let me talk to your manager haircut. No, this is I'm too lazy to do my haircut. Absolutely. That's what it is. I am not a Karen. Not a Karen. I don't give two shits about fight with somebody. I got enough shit going on in my life. I ain't got to stand there and fight with somebody's manager. Life's too short for that. Okay, let's see. Kunzite, I love. Kunzite's a very soft, loving energy. Lapis lazuli, you guys. The crystal of the pharaoh. Beautiful stuff. And there's a lot of properties that are conductive within that. So it's a really, really interesting stone. Okay. What about obsidian, and how can tell if it is genuine? Thank you, Greta. I miss you. What about obsidian? How can you tell if it's genuine? So there's a couple different kinds of obsidian. Did you guys, who's aware of the colored obsidian rather than just black obsidian? So you can also have Apache tears, which are more of a translucent obsidian, and you're going to find imperfections in there when you hold it up to the sun, right? Hold it up to the light, you're going to see imperfections within. They call it smoky obsidian or Apache tear. We got really, really lucky, and we just found towers of Apache tear. You usually find them in chunks like this, but we have a towers of them, and you can hold them up and look through and see threads of regular obsidian running through. Very cool. Most of the time, true obsidian, is going to have an imperfection of some kind. When the people that are trying to fake it are making glass obsidian, because that's really what obsidian is, right? It's volcanic glass. But when people are trying to fake it and create black glass, they do it too well. They make it perfect. And actual obsidian can have imperfections in it. So like if you were to have a pyramid carving, you might find a little bubble on the edge or something like that. So, but colored obsidian is easier to tell. You can have red obsidian, which is the most rare. How do we get talking about crystals? Which is the most rare. And it's all about the chemical composition. So different metal alloys are in the different types of obsidian. Okay, and don't ask me what it is because I'll get a chart and I'll have it for you next time. But so you have your typical black obsidian. You have red obsidian, which is the rarest, and then you have a green obsidian, and then you have a teal obsidian, and then you have a cobalt blue obsidian, and there might be more, and I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, just talk blah, 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 blah. And so in those types of obsidian, you're going to find bubbles in them. Like when you hold them up, you'll be able to see bubbles. I just showed this to somebody in the store yesterday because we have a sphere of aqua. There's aqua obsidian, and I held it up. There's a great big huge bubble in the middle of it. They're not going to do that when they're making it because they're going to try and make it perfect, and it's just not. Right? You have a beautiful obsidian 5-inch disc that's stunning. So that's probably a scrying mirror. It's probably a scrying mirror. Is that correct, Susie? Beautiful. Yeah. Imperfections akin to amber without the bugs. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay. Moving on. Now that I've bored you all with crystal knowledge. I was walking through talking to this guy yesterday. I thought, wow, I kind of actually learned a lot. And so Sam is usually the one to actually go through the crystal stuff. Yeah, it's a scrying mirror. Absolutely. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. I'm not someone that scries. But if I was to scry, it probably would be with something like that. You guys know that's what crystal balls are for. We have a obsidian crystal ball, and it's like it's like 8 inches. It's huge. And hi, Julianne. It's huge, and it's obsidian. It's stunning. And so this is how we know it's real, okay? Because Sam and I are sitting. It's sitting on the front case. It was sitting at the cash register for some reason whatsoever, and it's huge. And we encourage people to touch it when they're in a store because it's very relaxing. It's like, whew, it's just a really, really beautiful crystal. So we had it sitting up there, and Sam and I are sitting behind the counter, and we have a dining room table back there for everybody to sit at and talk. And the morning sun was coming in, and I'm like, where is that red dot coming from? And we looked all over the place. We're trying to figure out where this red dot comes from. And for whatever reason, we had it set perfectly on the front. We didn't do this on purpose. We had it set on the front table, and a light was sunshine was coming in and hitting that obsidian sphere and coming through the sphere. So it must have been a shaft of maybe clear quartz that's tiny, 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 and it was like laser point, and it come all the way through that sphere, and a little red dot landed on the table, and I'm like, now, if we had to find that again, probably wouldn't. We wouldn't be able to find it. But it just so happened that that one thing happened that day. It was truly beautiful. But it was a little red laser dot that went right through the sphere, landed on the table. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. All right, can I get a whoop whoop in the room? I know I've been talking. Sorry. It happens. That's what we call a squirrel moment. Oh, I'm not going to touch a button. I am not touching a button. Yep. Works on public social work and I have it on phone. Yeah. Yep. Like a muon. What's a muon? I'm going to go with Shannon over on TikTok. Shannon. Shannon, I want to talk about, I want to do a touch of mediumship for you. I have somebody coming off, and I really kind of think it's like on your father's side of the family. And I don't know if it's male or female because all I see is kind of like a hand coming off to the side and handing you a rose. They're handing you a red rose, and they want to talk about feeling connected, feeling in place with I don't know if it's subatomic particle you can't see. It's tiny. I don't know what I don't. Yeah, it's tiny. Shannon. So it's they want to talk about that red rose. They want to go, and they actually want to give it to me like something that would be held to the heart. And then I see Mother Mary in the background. So I'm not quite sure if this makes any sense to you, but they're showing me this divine motherly love coming across for you. And I want to say it could be grandmother, great grandmother kind of thing, just because they're showing it stepped back a little bit. And they give me kind of a little bit of a pressure in the head here. I'm not quite sure if it's my own personal sinus allergies that are going on, or if it is something that maybe somebody had a problem and with cognitive function on the others and before they passed away. Does this make sense to you? I'm waiting. I have lag, guys. I don't know if the Mother Mary thing would vary. I'm very much in my head lately and have had headaches. I'm wondering if the Mother Mary thing that meant that this person was somebody that attended church and would have been thought of as being that kind of person. Not that kind of person, that kind of person. It's just, that they would have been somebody that went to church and they would have been some sort of grandmother, great grandmother kind of energy. And something about that rose, they want to bring that rose across. It's a beautiful red rose, by the way. And this, your dad's mom, but she's still living. No, that won't be her. It won't be her. I'm going to let that sit there because that's fine. You may think of who it is later. You may not. I don't. I'm just giving you what I'm given. Okay, but this card fell out for you, and this is the I was shuffling. I just happened. Didn't intend on pulling a card from this deck, but this is the Magician, and the Magician. I am not doing that. And the Magician. I have somebody over here wants to channel, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that today. I used to do that all the time, and then I kind of had to draw ground rules on that. The Magician has everything they need to move forward in life, but I want to really focus on the sword on this one. They're talking about being intellectual. They're talking about thinking about the things that you have to do. Don't be living and just working impulsively in life at this particular moment. They want you to think some things through. Even they talk about writing some things down. If you need to make notes, if you need to make put post-it notes all over the place, whatever it is to take from what you have going on here onto paper so you can actually look at it and analyze it a little bit better is going to be better for you. Okay. They're like, you're going to be able to, and that's so cool because they take the post-it notes and like, you're going to be able to put these post-it notes in an order that's going to make more sense to you if you can see them separate instead of all at one time. They really want you to think about some things you have going on. Pay attention to, okay. Pay attention. Do you have a pretty strong case of anxiety going on lately? Not right now, but lately. Do you have some anxiety going on? Because it kind of give me a little sick to my stomach. Like, I don't know if I'm putting my foot in the right direction. But I want to talk to you. So I have one guide, and I know who this is. Very much stuck right now with a life choice. Okay. So I have one guide that comes across like footprints in the sand. You may or may not be aware, know what the poem is. But he comes across, and I know who this guide is. And he's very profound ascended master. And he shows me that the way he comes across is I will see somebody walking through the sand. Okay. And on a beach, wherever. And it, as you walk away, your footprints fill up with what you need. Okay. Your footprints fill up with either what you need or what you're going through. And they as you walk in the sand, I see it first fill with water. So that would be, you need to be caring for yourself on an emotional level, taking care of yourself that way. But then they start to bring up these tulips. Now, what the tulips mean, I have no freaking idea. Oh, okay, thank you. So they're talking about springtime. That's what I get from tulips. It's the beginning. Don't look at it as the end of something. Look at it as the beginning of something. And sometimes we need to cut something off to let something else come in. That's where that emotion comes in. Like, we have to live there and put some thought into it and really kind of arrange things so that everything will fall properly when you need it to. But as you move through your decisions and as you move away from the tough moments that you're going through, that's when spring begins all over again for you, right? They're really into this post-it note thing, like organization, the pros and cons. I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helpful. I just feel like there's moments coming where you're gonna have to make some decisions that are, and you know this, and I know this because you posted here, right? That you're going through some things, but you're gonna have to make some decisions that are gonna carry you forward, and they're not always the easiest thing to do. Ooh, it's gonna be triple digits the next weekend. Ugh. Huh. Yuck. I hope that's helpful. Okay. I wish everything was easy. No, I don't, because then we don't learn, right? We need to be able to learn. Twiggy. Just like the name, sorry. Okay. All right, with that, everybody, I am going to let everybody go. We have a sale on the 23rd at 4 p.m. on our Facebook page, either the Mystical Moons or My Mystical Life. We do have Reiki 1 coming up. You can take that online as well as in the store. We also have a mediumship gallery coming up that you can do either online or in store. And that one's going to be a lot of fun. We were going to do make your own tea blend, but I'm going to do some more research on that. Easy as too pouring. Absolutely. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. And I probably know I'm not going for a walk. It's yucky out. All right, everybody, have a great afternoon. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you are. And if Mr. Fry were here, he would say, may the light be with you always. All right.